Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Coding Scientist platform to learn coding for 8 to 80. Alright guys, in this lesson I'm going to show you your first C program. In the previous lesson I hope you have installed the code blocks, and if you have any doubt how to install code blocks, do set up a one-on-one with me with the calendar. I will teach you on the video, or I'll try to take a remote access of your computer and try to fix the problem. I'll teach you how to fix the problem as well. Alright. In case you do not want to use code blocks, you may opt for Coding Scientist platform on our web editor and start coding parallel to my videos which I am going to coach you. Alright. So the first program, I'm going to open up my IDE. This is the code blocks IDE. So what we need to do is, before starting the ABCD of C language, you need to learn how to write, compile and run your first program. To write the first program, what we need to do, I told you how to create a simple folder on your desktop as test or C coding test or whatever. So in the code blocks, you need to, one second, I hope I'm sharing my screen. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. You need to go to this icon on the top right, top left side, next to the save button. Can you see a blue color open? Next to open, there is also something called new file. So you can click either new file or open. If you open this, it will ask for your file folder to open up. You can open the folder called C coding test which you created on your desktop, and inside that what you need to do, you need to create a file called test, a text file, an ordinary text file. Okay, so I have created one. So I am going to show you details about this program, what I had written. It's a simple hello world program which everybody writes at the beginning. Okay, so once you open that particular text text file actually, okay, it's a simple text file. So let's do some basic coding. So what we need to do here, we need to first hash include stdio.h. So what is that? Hash. How do I type hash? You have to press your shift key and number 3 key. Shift key like this. Include, hash include, shift, and let me do that again. Shift, you need to press your shift on your keyboard and then press the number 3, 1, 2, 3. If you press the number 3, that is a hash symbol, hashtag symbol. Hash include. Okay, hash include, and you need to put this arrow key. The arrow key is next to the M button, M key, and after the arrow key, that is another arrow like this. Okay, inside that you need to put stdio.h. I'll tell you what exactly is this. Okay, so basically stdio.h. So it's a kind of a header file. I am going to explain line by line what exactly it is, and then we need to say int. The color changes immediately as C coding compiler detects. int main, and you need to open a parenthesis and close a parenthesis like this. Okay, so this is called a function. It's called a main function like this. Okay, and after you do that, you need to open a curly bracket again. It's a block of code. It's called a block of code, and hit enter like this. Open a curly bracket. Curly bracket is above your enter button or next to the P button of your keyboard, and enter button, above the enter button and next to P button. So once you create this curly bracket, automatically you get a closure bracket as well, once you click enter. Now what we need to do, inside this block of code, you need to write printf. I'll explain what exactly is that. Printf like this, and inside printf, open the parenthesis again, the open and closed curvy bracket, not a curly bracket, it's a curvy bracket. So it's also called a parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, you need to put a double quote. How do you put a double quote? Press shift, and above the shift there is a quote button like this. Okay, above the shift button, next to enter button, there's a quote, double quote. And if you, there is also single quote, but you need to use double quote. That to use double quote, you need to press shift, enter the double quote. Inside double quote, let us put a string, anything, any character, say hello coding, hello, welcome to coding scientist, like this. Okay, and once you do that, you need to end this with a semicolon. Where is semicolon button? Next to L button. This is a semicolon. Okay, like this. And press enter. You need to come to the next line. In the next line, what you need to do, you need to say return 0. Return, like this. The color changes, it's an inbuilt function, return 0. Okay, after you do the return 0, you need to put a semicolon again. Okay, once you put a semicolon, your program is ready to run. This is a very basic program. I am going to explain line by line what it means. Then you need to go to, on the top below this Fortran button, there's a triangular run button. Can you see? Green color run. You should not click that. You need to click the next button, which is build and run. This is going to compile. The IDE is going to compile. If you are using code blocks, you need to use this. But if you are using the Coding Scientist, our platform, the web-based IDE, you don't have to worry about any of these buttons. You can directly write the code and just click one button. You can see the output. Okay, and you can also download your code. So it's as simple as that. So let me run this, build and run, and I can see a pop-up window, a terminal which is popping up, and I'm going to show you how that looks. And this is how the terminal output, it shows hello, welcome to Coding Scientist. Can you see that, guys? And it says press any key to terminate. So if I press any key on my keyboard, this will basically terminate the program. So let me terminate this. Okay, now my IDE is my terminal is closed. So now let's do one thing. Let me try to explain each line of code what exactly this is. All right, so that you guys are comfortable further. So this is just the beginning hello world program, just 2-3 lines of code. So basically, guys, what you are trying to do here is you are including hash include stdio.h. So this is pretty much a very basic standard input output library function. stdio stands for standard input output library function. And then the printf with a curvy bracket both the side, it's a function, is defined in stdio.h. It's a header file. stdio.h, remember this, it's a header file and it's a library. I am going to talk about library. I am going to teach you about library. What exactly is that in the upcoming lessons. Okay, and then int main is the main function, is the entry point of every program in C language. Make a note of it, the int main, int main. I will talk about int and several other things in the coming videos. In the next lesson you will understand that more clearly. So the int main function is the entry point of every programming language, every program in C language. Okay, there is also printf. The printf function is used to print the data on the console, the window console which I showed you, the black color which shows the terminal output. Okay, that is the console, that is for printf. Now return 0, the next line, return 0 statement, it's a statement, right? It returns execution status to the operating system. It returns the execution status to the operating system. the value of 0 is used for successful execution and 1 for unsuccessful execution. So we use the value of 0. That means the execution is successful. You can see the output as hello, welcome to Coding Scientist, something like that, right? Whatever you type inside that particular parenthesis in the int main and printf, you will get it, right? So this is a pretty simple getting started program, guys. I hope you understand this. If you do not understand this particular lesson, do set up a one-on-one with me. I will explain to you in a more systematic way, more detailed way, as much as possible. All right, and I'm going to get back to you soon in the next lesson, very soon. Bye bye.